Hey everyone. So if you're like me and programming is more of a hobby for you than a profession, you probably like toying around with different programming concepts and languages. But maybe there's something appealing to you about trying to find the bare minimum required to build something in a certain language. If you've ever experimented with Java, you'd know that it's a huge pain to work with if you're that kind of person. The build tools that are widely used are super bloated, and using an IDE conflicts with that bare minimum philosophy. If these are the kinds of things you struggle with, this is the video for you. In this video, I'll show you a super nice, minimal setup for writing little Java programs and just testing stuff out. Okay, so the tool we're going to be using for this is CMake. I use CMake for C and C++ stuff, and it's a lot better than a lot of the other Java build tools like Ant, Maven, Gradle. God, those things are gargantuan programs that are so overkill for tiny projects. So I've had a little bit of trouble setting this up in the past, so I figured if I was having trouble, there were probably other people having trouble too, so this will hopefully demystify a little bit. So I'm going to go over here, go into my coding directory, and then I'm just going to make a new directory, CMake Java, and then go into a VS Code. So I guess I'll just write up a little main.java program. No. And I'll just do a sout. Hello world. Yeah, that looks good. Okay. So to build this with CMake, obviously you need CMake lists. This assumes that you know the basics of CMake, by the way, so if you don't, you might want to go learn up on that. But anyway, for the CMake minimum required, I'm not really sure what the minimum is that this will work with, but I'm just going to go 3.21 just to be safe. The project, I'm just going to call it CMake Java project. CMake Java. Now, in order to get this to work, you do need to find Java. So if you go to the Use Java page here, which will also be in the description, it assumes that find Java has already been loaded. So if you go to this page, all you need to do is find package Java like this. So we'll do that, find package Java. Now, in order to specify the version, you just type in the version. I'm going to do Java 19. Pretty sure that's the latest as of the recording of this video. And then I'm also going to put required, since we're making a Java project. If we can't find Java, then we might as well just abort, right? Now, this next part was not described in any documentation that I found, but in order to actually use all the different Java functions in Use Java, you have to include Use Java. If you're really familiar with CMake, that might have seemed like a no-brainer, but I didn't think to do it, so this is necessary. You can try taking it out, it won't work. Finally, the command that actually, basically the Java equivalent of add executable is add jar. And then first you put in the name. I'll just call it hello. You don't need to add the .jar extension, it'll add that automatically. If you say hello.jar, it'll produce a jar file called hello.jar.jar. Then you just add all your sources. Main.java is my only source. Now this is also important. If you want to create an executable program, you also have to add this entry point, which is right here. It's a little bit funny. If you go down to entry point, it just says defines an entry point in the jar file, which, like, duh. But basically it's just a class name. So if we put entry point, and the name of my class that has the main method is just called main, so entry point main. So that should be everything you need. I'm going to just make myself a build directory down here, go into it, quick CMake dot dot, see found Java, and then make, and there we go. There's our jar file. Now to run it, just do java-jar hello.jar, and it should run it. Now I did not explain how to actually get the Java software development kit on your machine. There are tons of really good resources out there, but I guess I can just give you a little tutorial here. So you can just do an apt search JDK. It'll give you a list of JDKs. The one I would recommend is open JDK-19-JDK. That will be the latest Java development kit. The headless just means no graphical components. It's a little bit less bloated, but I don't know. I would recommend this one if you're running a graphical environment. And then that will give you access to all the commands like Java and Java C, etc. But there you go. That's basically it. That's all I have. That's all I have to show you. Hopefully you enjoyed this short video. Little public service video. Maybe I'll make more if I find other stuff that's kind of mystified. Nobody really explains it well on the internet. But I'm out. See ya.